This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Yuki Fullbuster of Cactar, Darts Madrigal of Behemoth, Morgan Freeman of Cactuar. Thank you so much for your support over these past few years.
Coming up this week on Checkpoint, we have to talk about the massive upset at the League of Legends World Championship. You won't believe who's still in and who's been knocked out. Plus, Nike has announced they're sponsoring their first esports player. We'll tell you who it is and why it matters. That's all coming up on your source for esports and video game discussions. Checkpoint from Westwood One and Beasley Esports XP. Join me, Nate, Robbie Norris, and Joe for Checkpoint. Listen on demand Fridays at our website at checkpointradio.com.
Book of Shadowbringers, Chapter 1, Verse 1. And thus the mighty, weighty master prophet, Juxtodamus, came down from his ark, decreeing upon all those who laid their ears upon him.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all patch cycles are created equal with one X primal, that every even cycle is endowed with their creator with 4 certain unalienable circle room encounters, that in addition to these are 2 odd cycle ultimate fights.
From on high, Juxtodamus spoke for all the hottest content in the land. His arm reached for a blossoming apple and laid it bare against Skuro the Fool's head.
Those Azure Magians shan't be thy collective's protector. Only a fool would believe such. Thy protector shall be the ones holding the blades of gunpowder. Soothed by those feats are most enjoyable.
The crowd hated Juxtodamus because he spoke the truth. He held up the scroll of truth and spoke again.
11 seasons. Dungeon. 13 seasons. Dungeoned and primal. 15 seasons. Dungeon. 17 seasons. Dungeon and primal. 19 seasons. Dungeon. This is the way of the Lord, the Creator, the one true Yoship.
The crowd burst into chaos, unbelieving of the words just uttered, for their minds were clouded with the lies of hope and potential, but their hearts felt the cold embrace of the truth. Amen.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break. With your hosts, Unmiro.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode 180. Happy to have you along. Twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. There's just 3 more episodes, including today's, left until Kahlo and I get dusted.
No, I can't really snap that loud. You should have did the switch snap at that.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, that was on Juxta.
Nice job,
Yeah,
Juxta.
he mixed that.
You dummy.
You used it like infinitely one time, like all show long. So yes, you have it somewhere.
So anyway, welcome to Limit Break Radio on Checkpoint Radio. Twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. Happy to have you along. Let's kick it on over to our Eorzean studios. If you want to join us, because it's lonely in here, I'll tell you what, you can join us in the Goblet on Sergeant Tannis 5th Ward, plot number 30. come by, poke my head, give me a lap dance. I don't really care anymore. If you want to give us a call today, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We'd love to hear from you. We're like I said, we've just got a few episodes left until we're no longer a part of this show.
But you'll still be able to find us if you want to right here.
That's right.
Twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio.
Who would want to do that?
5 days a week.
That's right. Yeah.
Lots of people, Nika. Shut up.
And the thing is that we started that whole 5 days a week thing this week. Starting with Checkpoint Daily. You can find those on demand over at our website, checkpointradio.com. But you can also just tune in for them here every single day at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And it was quite an experiment this week, switching to our daily format.
Felt nice. Felt real good.
I think it worked well.
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, because whenever I was delivering pizzas, I'd be like, oh, it's like 6 o'clock. I could actually tune into Checkpoint Radio. So I just switched on my Twitch app, and there you guys were.
Without you.
It's like I was there in the room with you.
Aww.
But you weren't, and that's the important part.
So yeah, you can join us each and every single day here, Monday through Friday, twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. It's exciting. I actually really like doing the daily show. I think it sounds really good.
And actually, I'm not the actual dates on when it went in effect. I'm not sure if we actually announced it on this show yet, but Checkpoint is now officially Twitch verified partner. So we have a ton of emotes, and we're only, I think, 8 or 9 subpoints away from our next emote. So if you haven't, you've been waiting, maybe you don't know where to put that Patreon money now.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
a good place for it.
There you go. We've established a place for you to put it, and the emotes that we already have, though, I think are pretty awesome. I really liked both the Fritz and Tali emotes.
Don't worry, we're getting rid of the Chew emotes.
Yeah,
stop using it.
We are going to get rid of the Chew.
Why are you getting rid of Chew?
Because it's dumb. It's stupid.
But Chew. It stands for Chewy, right?
No, it absolutely doesn't.
Does it stand for tobacco?
No, it was a throwback to Dick Kickham.
Yeah,
Dick Kickham.
Yeah. Time to chew ass?
And
no.
But we don't really say that on Checkpoint because, FCC.
We don't. Yeah, I don't know who even suggested that one.
When we first were told to come up with ideas, we just threw a bunch of stuff out. And one of the ideas was, Dick Kickham and chew ass, but we're not sure how that would work. So they're just like, oh, let's just make chew.
Chew.
That was their attempt at turning that into an emote.
Dear Jesus.
Chew.
So, by the way, are you going to FanFest? Are you not going to FanFest? Are you just going to be in Las Vegas for some odd reason in November? Well, then come hang out with us Friday, November 16th from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Esports Arena at the Luxor in Las Vegas.
I actually got a few announcements in that regard. Each week we unveil another of the community creative people that are going to be showing up, right? So this year we are proud, today, this episode.
This week.
That's right. This week we're proud to announce that Gather Together will be there. And if you were listening last week, we announced too that Chile was able to make his GoFundMe goal.
You're welcome.
Chile of Moogle Go Radio will also be out there.
Excellent.
And
we get a third.
This isn't a person, this is something else.
Oh.
But if you were a Patreon of 20 or more, you may have noticed on the bottom of our postcards, they say what edition they are and that they're card X of 5. Well, if you had this last set, you noticed that the final one of Norris was card 4 of 5, that set was incomplete.
Right.
Or was it?
Oh.
If you come out to the VIP after party, if you RSVP and you get to come upstairs, there will be an exclusive LBR CP postcard for VIPs at the after party.
Well, there you go. There's only one way to get it.
Only way to get it!
Because the Patreon's gone.
It's gone.
So make sure you join us. That's VIP access only. Also, we have a really super awesome Street Fighter tournament that's going down.
Right.
So
this is not a professional thing, by the way, so you guys can sign up. Don't think like, oh, I'm not an esports person. I can't play. Yeah, you can.
Right.
Yeah, you can. Come play.
Yes, Aya is going to be hosting a Street Fighter tournament. You can sign up by DMing at Dancing Fighter on Twitter. So it's pretty awesome to know that there's going to be a tournament up there as well. I think the last we had counted, there were 3 people who had signed up. We needed at least 16.
That's right. So
we got to goad Norris into signing up. So
yeah, he hasn't signed up yet?
I don't think he has.
Mm-hmm.
He's allowed to, though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. So again, this isn't like a professional esports tournament type thing. It's all amateurs. If you like fighting games, sign up.
That's right.
You got nothing to lose.
That's right. Also,
Kooky said 9 spots left. So we got a few
9
more people.
spots left. There's a handful more people. Awesome. So, sign up for the Street Fighter tournament. That's going to be super, super fun. Again, DM at Dancing Fighter on Twitter to sign up for that. 9 spots are left for that. By the way, if you want to join us for the FanFest after party, again, that is $59.54 for the open bar VIP package. You will get access to the open bar upstairs. There is a downstairs bar, cash and carry. If you show up, if you don't decide I'm too cool for RSVPing, I could just show up late and they'll just let me in.
Nope.
Listen, cool. Your role. I understand that Vegas is a gambling town, but you are really rolling the dice there because there is a Fortnite tournament going on that night, and we cannot guarantee that if you don't RSVP that you will be able to get in. Now, we have a little bit of extra time. Kooky has allotted a little bit of extra time. You have until November 7th now to RSVP. So please make sure you do that as soon as possible.
November 5th.
November 5th. I'm sorry.
That's
November
a Monday.
5th. Yes, my bad. Again, they do have plenty of game stations set up if you want to play. It's going to be $10 an hour. We hope that you'll join us out at the esports arena at the Luxor in Las Vegas. We are very, very close to breaking even on this, which is awesome. Very, very close to breaking. That's
exciting.
Even. Yeah. So we would really love it if you joined us, and because this is our last hurrah. This is the last opportunity to party with Limit Break Radio. It's going to be Robbie and myself and Ascalia's last appearance on the show. I'm sure that it's going to be a fun-filled, exciting night filled with lots of emotions and
drinking.
Heavy drinking. Yes,
tomfoolery.
Absolutely. Yes. So make sure that you join us. If you can't join us in person, you know that you can catch the stream right here at twitch.tv/checkpointradio. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I think that this is going to be
a night to remember.
The best way to put Limit Break Radio to bed, like in a way. Well, you guys,
it'll wake up. Don't worry, guys. Not like to bed forever. It's going to wake up with these two, but it'll be the end of an era.
Again, we know that LBR as it is going to sleep, and the new LBR will be reborn.
The end of an era. It'll be like when Teen Titans, went away, and then Teen Titans Go came back. People are like,
Teen Titans Go was better.
I mean, I guess it's okay.
I like Teen Titans Go better, to be honest with you.
Kind of, yeah. Teen Titans is just a boring superhero TV show.
And then
Teen Titans Go is actually funny.
Does that mean that we one day get to make a movie where it's like the Checkpoint Radio crew versus the new Limit Break Radio crew?
That's happening.
We should do that. You know what? I know that we don't exactly have our shit together for Extra Life this year, but I think Extra Life next year, if we did Team Limit Break Radio versus Team Checkpoint Radio, would be epic.
Ooh.
That'd be epic.
That might be fun.
Come get these hands. Let's do it. I think that would be fun. So but again, I'm really looking forward to this after party. It was the FF14 community that really embraced our unique method of podcasting and Twitch streaming, and you guys really kind of enabled us to be able to pursue our vision and be able to give us the opportunity that we had to be able to start Checkpoint Radio. So, we said for a long time that, the Patreon goes to indirectly supporting Checkpoint, and that was 100% true because we were having to buy not very nutritious and really shitty meals with some of that money. That's the honest to God truth.
Jimmy John's every Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that was an upgrade.
That's why I can't eat Jimmy John's anymore.
Remember back in the day when we had Little Caesars every single week?
Oh my God, that was really tough. That was really tough.
But it was cost effective, $16.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's basically you're eating cardboard with marinara sauce on it
and cheese.
Yeah.
Well. Cheese product.
cheese
byproduct.
Yeah, cheese like product. Yeah, something like that. So, anyway, make sure you join us again here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio or Checkpoint Radio for the LBR after party, the FF14 creative community after party. We've got so many people there. It's going to be so much fun. Of course, Happy is going to be there. Some of the other guests that we've announced, Nariko Star, Athos Asher, Fusion X. Apparently most of the Gamerscape crew is going to be there as well.
Wait, there's more than just him?
Yeah.
There is.
Wow.
Make sure to come out and party with all of us. It's going to be one that you won't want to miss and that you'll probably never forget. So at least I know
how much you drink, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Speaking of Extra Life, Nika, you want to run down Extra Life for us?
Yes, Extra Life is this coming weekend. This Saturday, November 3rd, is when the game day takes place. My microphone is screwing up. Anyway.
No, you're good.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, no, I bumped a thing. Anyway. Yes, November 3rd is Extra Life. It's when it's happening. We've got like 8-ish people on the team so far, but we could use you. And you can't see me, but I'm totally pointing at my Twitch stream right now. Yes, we could use you on Team Limit Break Radio on November 3rd. Sign up. I think Lloyd's already been putting the link into the chat.
He has.
Yes, extra-life.org/team/Limit Break Radio. Sign up, start getting pledges and donations. 100% of all those donations goes towards children through the Children Miracle Network to help kids with cancer research, all of that kind of thing. So we could use that. I will be streaming all 24 hours on the Limit Break Radio Twitch channel. I will be over there, not on this one. So I hope you haven't unfollowed from Limit Break Radio yet, because that's where I will be, just like every year. So let's try to pass last year's goal. I think our team last year raised something like $7,000 or something. So
wow.
Yeah,
nice.
It'd be awesome if we could beat that total this year. So if you have not signed up or you're planning on signing up, even if you only raise like $25, doesn't matter. Join Team LBR. Let's beat the collective Final Fantasy community podcast group that always does it without us. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick it to them.
Make sure you join us for that. Again, that's going to be over at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. All right. One more thing to mention before we get into the news here. One more thing was that we had a little bit of downtime with the website this week. That's all resolved.
Did you know the website was down?
I did.
Okay,
because I got so many messages about it. But the website is now back up and operational. Limit Break Radio.
Why'd you take it down?
I didn't.
In 3 weeks, that won't be your problem.
Why didn't you break
you
it?
You just give him Nika's phone number.
That's right. Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. No. Someone's gonna have to take up responsibility for that, because I don't want to be the one to have to.
1, 2, 3,
That's probably going to be me. Great. Yay.
All right.
Can't wait.
Let's check out what's going on in FF14 news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
Well, the Prelude and Violet patch site has been updated again with the next slow drip of content. So let's take a look at what we're going to get. The first of which will be Eureka Pyros, which it says the expedition's quest to reach the headquarters of the students of Baldesion at the center of the Isle continues. And to that end, they have relocated to a new base camp to utilize an ancient proto-aetherite. Yet as they venture further north into a network of caves hidden within the massive mountains, frozen tundra gives way to smoldering lava. Pyros, a new region replete with new wonders and new threats.
This is like the third year in a row that the patch has dropped 3 days after Extra Life.
Well, they are nothing if not consistent.
It pisses me off because I could be doing new content during Extra Life, not to figure out what else to play.
As Nika, come on now.
I have plenty of Steam backlog, but I'm trying to figure out something that's entertaining that would get more donations.
Well, if the update contains the new Eureka, have you done the last Eureka enough to do the new Eureka?
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
So I'm level 34. I'm almost 35. I'm going to get there this week, so maybe.
Is 35 the cap? I'm sure you could probably go still.
It is the 34. Cap, but I also need to, like, I'll have one weapon finished probably by the time the patch drops.
Well, I mean, you could always do Red Dead too. That's a lot of fun. So, as well as the next installment of Hildebrand, to which it says, "Joy and dismay walk hand in hand this day. For while we have at last brought the notorious wolf burglar of Kugane to justice, the Saburo Sukehiro was lost to us once more. In the affable yet enigmatic swordsman Jim, I was so certain we had found a new friend, but alas, when the opportunity presented itself, he absconded with Master Akabono's most legendary of swords. Disappointing as this turn of events may be, my faithful assistants and I must rally our spirits and resume the chase, for Jim must answer for his misdeeds."
I forget, who is Jim?
Yojimbo.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because, Greg was Gilgamesh. So.
Right. I just
We remember the
care.
funny parts
I just
of
didn't
Hildebrand.
Yeah.
Remember when it was good?
I vaguely
I don't know.
remember that.
This version of Hildebrand is if they actually do it right, is leading up to maybe a trial.
Nika.
Like, it's set up so.
Why would you even hope for that?
Why would you even say that?
Because it's so perfect.
Is it?
Yes, it's leading up quite the way that it led up to the Gilgamesh fight. This is leading up to a solo Yojimbo fight.
You know what? I don't see it happening, but if they were to do it, now would be the time, because no one's been doing Hildebrand, so they'd all be locked out of the fight unless they went back and did an entire expansion's worth of quests, and that seems like it's right up Square Enix's alley.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Doing stuff is not up Square Enix's alley.
They don't like to lock people out of shit, though. It's everyone or no one.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's no secret that lately, some of us here at LBR aren't on the best of terms with FF14, but there are still people out there who love this game, such as Nika, that enjoy logging on and looking forward to it. So it's pretty sad when people have to go out of their way, not just to launch DDoS attacks, which we've talked about in the past, but they now seem to be specifically targeting each data center at peak hours of usage. Nika, you guys screwed out of doing a raid night, didn't you?
Yep, we only got because our raid nights last for 2.5 hours, and we only got about an hour in, and then DDoS launched, and we had to call it early that night.
Dang.
So
lucky.
it is definitely not lucky, man. We're so close to clearing 10S right now. We're so close, and then the DDoS happened. We're like, well, fuck. It really sucks.
Well, shit.
I don't understand. Who would have it out to DDoS FF14 specifically? Who gains anything from?
I don't know, some jaded player who's mad.
It's
because we're going away. Someone's really upset that the show's ending, and they're like, if I can't have LBR, no one can have Final Fantasy 14. I'm not saying that they're smart. I'm just saying
there's no correlation there.
I'm not saying that they're smart. I'm just saying that they're just throwing a fit.
Yeah. It's some benevolent white hat who's giving everyone their free time back by killing 14.
So the 200 winners of the Eorzean Interior Design Contest were announced. So I guess congratulations to all of you for the plethora of prizes you received. I kind of looked through these.
Really?
And they all look pretty boring and mundane and samey to me. So congrats.
Gay!
All right, so
man, there's a lot of news today.
Right, and the only reason I'm reporting this one is because it was a developer blog update that you put on there.
You're welcome.
But apparently one was posted with the lyrics to the Suzaku fight.
Oh, what are they?
That's it. That's it. They're here's the lyrics to the Suzaku
How
fight.
thirsty
Congratulations.
No, but that's the thing. They do that with every Primal fight eventually. I remember when they did the Shiva one because I was waiting for those lyrics. They do
I haven't seen
it's
the
a blog
lyrics.
post.
Are they basically
passion.
just I just want your dick? Is that all they are?
Nika, you should sing it to us.
Maybe some other time.
No, right now, live.
I don't
on the
remember how
spot.
the tune goes.
Just wing it.
No.
Yeah.
Boo!
All right. Well,
Boo!
there's
I just want to say I thank you, Kahlo/Robbie, for taking up the mantle of horrible puns on Checkpoint
Meme
Radio.
Lord?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I appreciate
no problem.
that.
No problem. I do what I
He
can.
is not a meme lord.
Totally
Don't
the meme
give
lord.
him that title.
There's actually a lot of developer blog updates. Like we got one the 23rd, 24th, just all of them in a row. So this other one can figure this out.
I get it.
Yeah. Another long, convoluted developer blog post. The ability to save your configuration data is coming soon. And if you want to understand how to do that...
Can you tell me?
No. You have to go to this post and read through it because...
But we are an informational news site.
You would think that there would just be a button you'd have to press, but no. No,
Are
it's
you
not.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Just look through it.
Oh my God.
Look at these infographics. Like,
I'm so confused.
What? Like, why is there just a single button?
I think in the end that is what it is, but they're just in typical Square Enix fashion.
There's like 5, 6 screens to explain this.
Okay, but I'm confused.
7 screens to explain, 8 screens to explain the... Why are there so many screens?
There are a lot of screens.
This is so dumb.
Here's the thing, though, is I really felt the need for this when we were out on the campus of UC Irvine.
I remember
because of one of the games that they had installed on the computers out there. FF14 was one of them, and it took me a good 45 minutes to set up all of my goddamn hotbars once I got logged in.
I actually remember when they had instituted this feature in Final Fantasy 11. You know,
yeah, you would think you would think that they would be able to figure out how to do it
at launch.
Earlier than 3 years into the 4 years into the fucking game. 5 years,
6 years now, aren't we?
Jesus, I don't even.
3
know.
expansions.
I think it's 5.
Years.
I think it's 5.
Oh,
I think it's 5.
Yeah, well, I think the 5th anniversary. That's right.
Yeah.
So with FanFest quickly approaching, Square Enix has unveiled the second Cyclopedia Eorzea, which will likely be available at FanFest. If not, definitely for pre-order. It will become available for everyone to order on November 24th.
Well, it was already been for pre-order for people for FanFest, so I've already ordered mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm much less excited about this one. I don't know if it's the fact that I have the first one and never read it. That probably has a lot to do. I think it is, yeah.
I'm gonna need that back, by the way.
Yeah, I should probably get around to reading that, shouldn't I?
Or not, because none of it fucking matters.
Yeah, I guess.
FF14 had a booth at Game City, Vienna 2018.
What the fuck is that?
Those are hot dogs. I fucking love those.
I've never heard of this
Vienna
place.
sausages? No, I don't
hot dogs?
think that's what we're talking about.
I'm sure it's Vienna, Austria.
Oh, yeah, like Kogels.
Well, the important thing is none of us have heard of it because they actually hold this thing in what is essentially the mayor's office.
What the
Okay.
Where is
what
this?
the fuck is this?
What country is this?
What kind of Portlandia bullshit is this?
It's like one tiny little, like, it looks like the main hall, like, leading into, like, a government building. It's terrible looking. Like, outside looks pretty cool, but there it is. That's it. That's all of it.
Oh, at least
did you even try?
I mean, when you said hallway, I was like, I'm picturing
it's like a meeting hall.
Yeah, like I'm picturing like a fucking like, you know, like a doctor's office hallway. You know what I mean?
Well, they
like,
gave out.
This is like a European grand hall. That's a little bit different.
I don't know if I'd call that a grand hall.
This is where you would hold balls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a ballroom.
Okay, well, anyway, they gave out sweatbands and free copies of the starter edition for PC. Woo, whatever.
I like that sweatband. That's cool.
Ooh, the wristband says Warrior of Light.
I mean,
and it's embroidered.
Fucking cool. Tchotchke that's like worth going out of your way for? Like,
you know, just at least
people went that far out of their way.
At least they didn't have the fights where you could get the T-shirts.
Just give away the T-shirts.
Yeah.
But some people are wearing the T-shirts in their picture.
All right,
what stupid country was this?
Wow, racist.
How is that racist? That's what stupid country it was.
You said stupid. Vienna's in Austria.
Okay, now if I said those stupid fucking Austrians, that'd be different.
All right, so this last story, prepare yourselves. Maybe the stupidest thing I've ever read. So there are a large group of players within 14 who are not content with dungeons or progression of raids or even PvP, but they still want that thrill of competition. So apparently on some servers, people have been organizing these giant role-playing tournaments where they fight each other by just doing like the /roll, and whoever gets higher lands the hit, and then the first 1 to 3 wins, and they role play while they're doing this, and apparently it's breathing some much needed life into the community.
Kidding, obviously.
No, we're not.
Kidding,
no,
obviously.
This is really happening.
Obviously.
Shut up, this is stupid.
They are actually doing this. And the fact that two D&D fans here think this is the dumbest thing we've ever heard of, I think should really go to show you.
Instead of actually PvPing, they're rolling dice and
Yeah, so Nika, if it's your attack, let's say it's Nika's turn to attack, she would roll, right? Let's say she got 800, and then I rolled 802. That means that I evaded her attack. So now I get to roll against her to try and hit her. And, and we role play as we do it. There are no stats.
What do you mean?
There are no stats. So even if someone who's like some big legendary warrior of light dragoon, and then you have like a joke.
A white mage, Taru.
And then you have a joke character who's like the bang mage. Yeah. No.
Hey. Bang is not a joke.
Yeah. Yep, because it actually said in there like how people can get upset because there's no way my character should have lost to your joke character that you made who like wields dildos, who dual wields shake weights. But nope, anybody can win. It makes for epic comebacks and it's fucking stupid.
I hate this.
It's
so
the
much.
Dumbest thing I've ever read.
So gullible.
Like, basically what these people are passively admitting is that this game is so bad that we have to make up another game inside of it.
Not even an interesting one. Like if you actually had like where you rolled for stats and made specific stats and stuff and you were just playing D&D in here, fine. But it's literally so unimaginative. We just roll and the higher number wins.
You know what's even worse than that? Is that sure, sad people like that exist and do that in life, but this is the state of Final Fantasy XIV where this is what gets on Kotaku. This is a Kotaku article about Final Fantasy XIV.
It is. Who wrote it, out of curiosity?
Kotaku.
Look for the byline. Just wondering if it's
Heather Alexandria.
Okay, so it's not the lady who usually writes the FF14 stuff. So she probably moved on to better things.
Oh, I didn't read the.
I thought I changed that.
Wow. Anyway, that was Prince Clary.
Sometimes the bit things don't read.
Yeah, well, he said people been doing this in Balmung forever, and it's fucking dumb even to me.
It's because he said fucking.
Oh, right. We did actually have to institute
that should go to show you. Even the guy who role plays in FF14 about owning his own wine vineyard thinks this is dumb. Wow.
It is pretty
getting
dumb.
An extremely gay vibe.
I mean,
anyway, that's it for the news this week. Air quotes. Hardcore air quotes.
I'll have you know, I omitted the announcement saying that the feast was coming to a close soon. You're welcome.
Like, all of the feasts forever or just this season?
No, just this season.
All of the feasts forever.
I sort of wish all of the feasts forever.
That would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
We can pretend.
Let's go to our phone lines and talk to Geldnar Hothbane of Gilgamesh. What's going on, Geldnar?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Well, I finally had to punch my time card on 14.
Nice.
Just tap out on it?
I had to. SE, the community is finally went to shit.
Yeah, it definitely has.
And I just can't see myself being part of a community that is, the content sucks. And from what I see from a majority of the community, just I don't know where their head is at.
Firmly planted in their ass, I think.
Oh, you answered that question for me. Yeah, no, I knew that too for a while, but it's just the fact that it's if we want something better, the community has to demand it, and unfortunately, the community is not demanding it.
I agree with that.
Some of us are, but I think because Square-Enix has their heads up their ass, they can't actually hear what the critical section of the player base is saying. So,
well, no, I don't think the higher ups are hearing it because and I put this squarely on the community, on our NA community manager's shoulders. The person's only filtering out what they want the higher ups to hear, not what the players are actually saying. And I put a couple of very hard questions to put in there a bunch of times for Yoshi to answer, and they never get there. And it's to the point of I'm done with the community. I'd rather go play Maple Story 2 than play this.
Hey, I've been hearing good things about Maple Story 2, if we're going to be completely honest.
It looks
it's a good game.
Here's the thing, though, when it comes to answering the quote-unquote community's questions, the fact that they've always done the pre-submit your questions, onto the forum so that we select from them, I think at that point, you're never going to get actual really good questions that are ever going to be answered. And, it's been this way for 5 years. Why are we surprised anymore?
I have this theory that the community manager and their little group of followers submits all the questions, the community manager okays it and then sends it up higher. Whereas if you're not part of that little circle of people, you don't get your questions answered. And that's what I've seen. And if I go on official forums, I get shouted down and called racist, bigot, and everything else, and I turn around and call them an NPC in return, and I get a 7-day ban.
You got banned for calling someone an NPC?
Yep.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, it's...
Well, was there anything else that you wanted to address today or give any shout-outs?
I would like to shout out my FC Deku from Gilgamesh. They are a very patient group of players that I greatly enjoy being around. They understand my hesitation about coming back. They've been asking me to come back and play, and I've been burnt out on playing Ninja so much that I just played it anymore. I'm sorry, I'm touch tired. But I shout out to FC Deku. They've I love those bunch of people. They're just great people. But anyway, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks for the call, Geldnar. Appreciate it. Geldnar Hothbane of Gilgamesh. If you want to call the show,
maybe your last chance.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I'd love to hear from you. Where are you on FF14? Are you ready to throw in the towel like Geldnar just did? I mean, honestly, I think that's where I'm in. I'm kind of looking forward to stepping back and taking a breather from FF14. I think I need it.
I think everybody needs it.
I think
Yoshi P needs it.
I agree. I mean, I think that a lot of people are burnt out on this dev cycle.
I'm sorry, just real quick, Lloyd, why are you putting a preview for Juxta's Let's Be Real postcard in the chat? That went out like 2 months ago. That's gone. I mean, it's cool that you're... I don't know. What are you doing, Lloyd?
Is Lloyd broken? Who broke Lloyd?
I mean, usually he's really good, so he's allowed to have like a mistake here and there, and that doesn't technically affect anything, but I'm just like...
You smell toast?
Poor Lloyd.
Oh, man. Well, we want to hear from you. Again, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We do have a Juxtober today.
Yeah, we do.
But we would want to take your calls anyway, regardless. Like we can push that off for another week if you guys have stuff that you want to talk about. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
Or if you want to have a /random tournament PvP, we could do that too.
Just think, this is going to be people's last chance to really call in and be able to get something off their chest. Because even though we are planning on taking calls on Checkpoint daily, once we get to a place where we're comfortable and can do that, the way that we take calls in there is going to be a little bit different than how we do it on here. You don't just get to call in and chat with us and say whatever it is that you want. You got to have it quick. It's got to be concise. Got to get to the point.
And you got to have boobs.
What?
You got to have boobs?
No.
That's what?
No.
You didn't make that rule?
No.
If you're gonna have standards, I figured that would be top of the list.
Anyway, but yeah, no, we are gonna be taking calls on Checkpoint Daily eventually. But our lines are open. Again, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. All right, I guess it's time for Juxtober.
Time for Juxtober.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this entry is titled From the Ashes.
That's probably where we're going to put it, is back in the ashes.
And it was submitted by Edgelos, the founder of the Dungeon Crawler Network, and it is a podcast about a game that is not even in beta yet. Ashes of Creation.
We talked about that game once.
It might be in beta right now because this copy is like 4 or 5 weeks old at this point.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it is. It is. I think they were doing some stress testing.
I think they're still in like Alpha 1. Maybe Alpha 2. I'm not sure. But anyway, I personally find it hard enough to do a podcast about a failing MMO, but I can't even imagine doing one for 17 months about a game you can't even play yet.
I mean, they are consistently coming out with like developer live letters and having Twitch streams and stuff. So there's probably enough information. I mean, look,
listen,
we do a weekly podcast about FF14, okay?
It couldn't possibly have been as bad as the podcast that Fusion and I were doing for FF14 before 1.0 came out.
Oh man, maybe we'll get to choose what our alignment is, and then we'll have different stats based on top of that.
And people will treat us differently based on who we are. No.
That is a level of fanaticism that borders on impressive. The cult leader Agilos is joined by cult members Storm's Lord, Alpha Soul, Imric of Hands of Fate on episode 63, titled Leading Us On. They go over their few precious hours in Alpha 1, which is only set them back a couple of $100 each, probably.
Alpha 1, it's probably more than a couple hundred, honestly.
Probably.
They don't have like an NDA that they are not allowed to talk about what's in alpha?
Because I personally remember when Ashes of Creation was still in Kickstarter, and I really wanted just a beta. I didn't care about alpha. I wanted to be in beta, and I feel like I remember that I would have had to drop $250 just to get into beta, guaranteed.
So how's the audio on this one? Because remember last time when we could barely hear it, and I had to fix it.
I guess we'll find out.
Will I need to fix it again?
I don't know. I'm not an audio manager.
He's already opening up.
I can't tell.
Do you want to go ahead and just put the file?
Sure. Well, yeah. I was just gonna. Oh. Well, here. Let's just go to a random spot and see if you can hear that. Okay.
Sure.
Which is normally not something.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay, so we're Gucci. All right. Also, it's a classic tale of more dollars than cents, to be sure. Did I mention there's a cash shop for this game?
You know, even though his copy, like writing and reading it, sucks ass, you do actually, I think, have to sort of commend him for sticking to the copy through it all.
Yeah,
well, he does say all of the words that he wrote down on the page. That is true.
Hey, that is not true, because during our opener, I missed a couple words a couple times.
Yeah, you missed like 3.
So, yeah, you check yourself.
How is there a cash shop for Ashes already?
For real?
Oh, God.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. But let's go ahead and just start with the open.
It's classy, man.
It's just like, I'm ready for a snooze.
We gotta talk about Ashes of Creation, buddy. It's from the ashes.
How long
Are they
is
just
it?
letting the music breathe?
I mean, like...
It's pretty.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so wait, hang on. Pause that. How many seconds are we into the episode?
24.
24.
Yeah. No, that's too long.
Here's pro tip for anyone looking to start a podcast. Okay.
Follow the daring reporter's lead and just not have any music at all, and just start talking.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But at least you're into the content right away. If people don't, I mean, like, listen, okay, you're talking to a guy with a 2-minute intro, solidly 2 minutes before any actual speaking is done for our show, right? Like,
right.
But inside of the production, like with all of the music, there are words.
There's information.
Yes.
There's hype levels.
You can't have just 25 seconds of nothing.
Of classical, dreary
the
music.
Moonlight fucking Sonata playing. Like, what the fuck is this?
Lloyd said, this is my public domain jam right here.
I mean, honestly, like that's probably not the most engaging way to start off a podcast. If I've downloaded your podcast and I'm in the car,
about a game we can't play yet,
and I'm in the car and I'm gonna listen to it, and I've got 25 seconds worth of the goddamn Moonlight Sonata playing before any human voice is heard, I guarantee you I'm falling asleep and driving my car off of a cliff. Don't kill your listeners.
Aaron Edge.
Oh boy.
Welcome to From the Ashes, the Dungeon Crawler Network podcast all about Ashes of Creation by Intrepid Studios. Bear witness to the rebirth of the MMORPG genre from the ashes of an industry that's left the game.
Ooh, that's... you're putting Ashes of Creation over hard. I
mean, that sounds like that's probably the intro they use on every episode.
No, but I mean,
right?
like, still, though, that's putting that game over hard for a game that's not even out yet.
On quite the pedestal, guys.
I mean, are you guys paid by them to say those things? Because that's what it sounds like.
I can almost guarantee, like if that was the official scripting coming out of the Ashes of Creation Intrepid Studios people, I would understand that. But this just sounds like you're... I mean, like...
It's like the savior of MMOs, of all MMOs forever.
This sounds like us in Season 1 of LBR trying to get Senpai's attention. That's
kind of. The best MMO ever made! No.
Ever going to be made.
That still has yet...
That has yet to be made.
Argent Esper saying, it's like saying it's the WoW killer. Is it the WoW killer, guys?
There is no such thing as the WoW killer. The only one who can make a WoW killer is Blizzard at this point.
Yep.
The WoW killer is WoW Classic.
No.
Nah?
No.
I'm Jealous, founder of the Dungeon Crawler Network, and we are coming to you live from the Mighty Beard Tavern with my co-host, the one, the only, Stormslord. How are you, sir?
Stormslord, that's your cue.
Now I can hear everybody.
Oh,
there we go.
So editing is going to be your friend. I will give this to the main host. His voice is at least engaging and interesting.
It has dynamics.
Yes. So it's not the the guy's actually got some ability to be able to
make good speaking noises.
Yes, exactly. I don't want to throw my speakers out the window.
Mm-hmm. Also, really quick to
hold that thought, buddy.
Really quick to Volkai in the chat, who said, we also did an episode where we talked up Ashes of Creation. We had a single episode when it first came, when Kickstarter first blew up about the potential this could do. This is episode 63. You can tone it back a little bit.
A weekly.
I guarantee you this level of optimism would not have been able to hold out if we had started a show about Ashes of Creation, which, by the way, no fewer than a dozen people have asked us to do.
Really?
No.
Start a show when it's out, guys.
I still get people when I do raid nights. They're like, so when's the WoW podcast starting?
Oh, fuck off, dude. No, just because we play. I mean, it's sort of like every time I stream ESO.
When's the
I always get those smart asses coming in and going, so when's the Tamriel Limit Break Radio podcast going to start?
Never.
You're not clever.
No, they think
when
they're funny,
do
but
that,
we've heard it
by the way.
They're not trying to be clever and trying to be earnest. Like, I want to listen to Limit Break Tamriel.
You really don't. You really don't. Because, I mean, after 6 months, I would have been bored. Like, that's where I'm at with that game. It's been about 6 months that I've been playing it, and now I'm bored as fuck.
When's the Red Dead Redemption 2 podcast?
Oh, my God.
Wasn't funny when Lloyd said it. It's not funny when you say it. Still good jokes.
No.
There you go.
Well, welcome.
Welcome. I can hear now. We're here.
Nice. I'm glad. I was a little worried there. I'm like,
stop it! You don't need to hang on jokes about how bad you are. Just move on.
Just edit the flub and move.
What's editing?
Great start to the show right off the bat.
I see his lips moving, but I don't hear him. Okay.
People would start to think we're the official live stream at this point with audio issues that we're live.
Wait, was that a rip on the official live stream?
It was actually, and that's actually a pretty good one because they have had fucked up audio. That's actually a pretty good.
I didn't know that.
That's a pretty good. I'll give him that one. I will give him that one. I overlaughed it, but yeah, no, that's not bad.
That's the goal.
Better not. Love you, Steven, just so you know.
Boo this man.
And he
walks it back.
They're even on first name basis, guys.
Well, we heard that you're gay.
That's
like us completely ripping them. Be like, love you, Yoshi. Just saying, don't worry, man. We love you.
No, if you're gonna burn someone, you let it stand.
Soul, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great today.
Excellent. I'm glad you're here. It's awesome. We also have a special guest, Emmerich. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Excellent. So,
is that where the audio problems come from? Is it that guy? It's that guy, isn't it? Yeah, he's the one that's gonna blow our ears out.
But see, a little bit of criticism probably is, why is he a special guest? Who is that person?
He'll tell us maybe, Nika. Give him a chance.
Yeah, come on.
They have to forget to introduce him and like give us his credentials and then actually do it and then joke about it for 30 seconds if they forgot to do it.
Hi, okay.
The chat room themselves, I see we got a couple people already starting to filter in. Snack X-Back. Oh, Prophet Winfrey is there. Shout out to Prophet Winfrey yet again. One of our YouTube commenters. Thank you so much. Thank you. And a Demon2749 and Happy Hansel. You guys are great. Right at the top of the show. Thank you so much for making time to come out to twitch.tv/Dungeon Crawler Network so you can watch the show live and then watch it again when it's out. Just saying. No, it's going to happen. Anyway, we got a fun show planned for you guys tonight. First off, we're going to be talking about some of the new pre-order cosmetics that are coming into the store, which is pretty exciting.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Dude.
Pre-order glamour.
Dude.
So like, in case you don't know if you'll like this game yet, but pre-order all of the cosmetics.
What are you even?
Like I'm dying inside.
Do you know what you just said? Do you even realize how shameful what you just said was? Pre-order glamour.
Oh,
talk about nickel and diming.
At least it's
Jesus.
not pre-order any game weapons. Like, sounds like a cosmetic cash shop at least.
He's broken his bank account on it.
Yeah, pretty much. This is my jam right here. So yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
We also have some changes to not changes, but some discussion about the current Alpha 1 progress and where it's at. And we also have Emmerich going to give us kind of his first opinions, because I think you were just in it the last test, right?
Yep. That was
okay, all right. I can't actually tell. Does someone have a weird feedback, or do they have like a track that's supposed to sound like a tavern in the background? Do you guys hear that?
No.
It's like a crackling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Emmerich.
Emmerich's mic is definitely not as good.
Yeah, play it again.
Was your first. Okay, perfect. And of course, we have a little PSA. I know some people have been asking.
It's tough to tell.
Maybe it's like a bubbling aquarium somewhere.
It may be like a fireplace sound effect or like a campfire sound effect. I can't tell.
I can't hear it on my end.
Is that good or bad?
It's bad if we can't tell what it is.
Yeah, if it's there for the ambiance and it's purposeful, then sure. But if you guys aren't sure if it's feedback or not, that's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which means you either have feedback or you're using something in a way that's just stupid.
Or your feedback is louder than the actual sound effect. That's also not a good thing.
All right. So that's basically the opening.
Jesus.
We're gonna skip ahead a little bit.
That was the opening?
Yeah.
Okay. So first minute is like the most important part of your show. That's what is going to get people's attention.
The attention grabber.
Right. That's why we do the goofy, commercials before the show, right? Like that has a better chance than my stupid screamy intro of pulling people in and keeping them there and being like, oh, these guys actually have a little bit of ability to be funny.
Sometimes.
But I mean, like,
be careful you're not like actually praising Jux's openers.
It's just like I don't know who this is supposed to appeal to exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I guess diehard Ashes of Creations fans. But I mean, like, get to the fucking point. Like, what like I just feel like we've listened to 5 minutes of faffing about.
We're not even 5 minutes in yet.
No,
I didn't skip.
I'm still not sure why their guest is special. Because I feel like he said he was a special guest, and I feel like to me, if you and the other guy are their main hosts, and we have a special guest, Emmerich.
He's Emmerich.
I want to know why
of the Hands of Fate.
But I mean, if I'm a fan of that game, am I already gonna know who he is? Like, is he?
Yeah. Do I know what the Hands of Fate
or
actually
is he like
are?
from another podcast? And if that's the case, you should tell me where he's from so that I can find him again if I turn out that I like him.
I think it's a different guild.
You know what's even worse though than you? Right, people who listen to us know how we feel about personal updates, right? What's even worse than that, when you're introing your cast, especially 60 episodes in, like, we know who they are. So intro your cast and move on. You don't have to have little fake small talk with them. And Juxta, how you doing today, Juxta?
Oh, I'm doing great. Today's a good day. How are you?
I'm glad you're here for the 60th episode that of course you'd be here for. Now let's move on to our next host. Aniro's here, Juxta's here, Nika's here. Let's talk about some shit. Yoshi P fucked up again. There's an intro.
I mean, because that's something that we did early on in the LBR production, was like, when we would intro the show, everyone would have their own intro. They would say their own thing. And instead now it's just like, hey, welcome to Limit Break Radio. We're here. Shut up. Let's get to the fucking point. Or let's get to the news.
Well, even on,
whatever.
Let's get to the dicks.
Even on Checkpoint, you know, when you intro us, we all have like just a little quick saying, but then after Joe gives his, we're into it.
Right.
It's time to go.
Right. Yeah.
Or it's go time.
Both of those things. Yeah. Good job.
Time for the going.
Morphin time?
No, it's not morphin time.
Nika, that was stupid.
It's very bad.
Boo.
Go join Ashes of podcasts.
I'm sorry. I thought it was garbage.
And jump.
All right. So we're going to get into the news now, okay?
All right.
Oh, boy.
Right on into the news, which is the pre-order store got updated over at the official ashesofcreation.com/shop if you're interested in checking it out. I'm going to be pulling up...
just a side note, Aniro, we will be very interested in checking that out, so make sure you have that ready.
I already...
Oh, great.
Yeah. An image here, and we can be discussing all these different cosmetics. First off, let's just let Alpha Soul rant for a little bit while I get this ready. Go ahead.
All right. Well, so the pre-store and the style that I like is, I like the Middle Eastern style, the real setup that's got this little bit more airy, a little bit more flowy. I like the mounts. I like the new, like, lizardish like mounts. They kind of remind me of the Star Wars. I'm not sure what those things were called.
I like the things that they put in the store.
Excuse me, he's ranting. Thank you very much.
I thought he was supposed to rant.
Yeah, this was.
Listen,
I was waiting for an anti-cash rant.
Why are you interrupting his rant right now?
Ashes of Creation and these guys are cringy AF.
Thank you, old Wargoat.
I believe it was, who was it? Man, I forgot. Anyways, it was in the third, I think, prequel movie where he was writing it.
Wait, hold on. You know, why are we talking about Star Wars now?
Because there's one of the things you can buy in the cash shop looks like the lizards.
There was
Fine. It reminds me of the Star Wars lizards. Move on.
We got to make sure that you know what he's talking about.
No, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. That's why we got to. Let's listen more.
Using it to escape from Order 66 or something like that.
Okay.
You guys remember what I'm talking about?
I do remember what you're talking about, but I couldn't remember the life of me what it was.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan was writing it. I remember that much.
Dude,
it's time to move on from this.
I'm looking at these pre-order packs.
Though that looks expensive.
My God,
that looks expensive as shit.
$75, $150, $250.
We're gonna get there.
$375.
We gotta talk about the cash shop in its proper place. We're not at the news at the Star Wars intro. Okay?
Oh, fuck yourself, Juxta. This is. You think you're gonna send me to this fucking website and you're gonna tell me not to talk about this?
We're gonna talk about that later.
Okay, do they get to how expensive these are? Because okay.
Obi-Wan was writing it, but I forgot.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was like a big lizard, like gecko type thing that stuck to the wall.
Oh my God, they're still talking about
going on about this.
Yeah, that joke.
Is this for real?
Yeah, it's still. Remember when Obi was getting shot?
This has nothing to do with Ashes of Creation.
Order 66.
This has nothing to do with Ashes of Creation.
It has everything to do with it.
Before this rant started, it was, let me pull something up, so-and-so rant about the cash shop. Just long enough for me to pull something up, and now they're talking about the lizard from Star Wars. No, guess what? I don't remember.
It's part of the rant. And it made a really funny noise. It goes, or. True story.
Anyways. I like that style. I even like the pet, which is normally not something that I would purchase, but I actually went ahead and purchased that as well too.
Don't agree. Don't. You don't need to tell people that. Don't fess up to that. What are you doing?
He bought it. You don't want to tell people about your purchases you make in the cash shop? I bought
not when I can see the prices on his screen.
I bought the Play Dead emote.
You spent $300 on it?
$8.
Still too much.
So I got
$7.
What's that?
Weren't they $7?
Was it 7 or Nika? It's not important.
It is though.
Almost every single item that is there for it.
Nice. All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull this up here real quick.
He still doesn't have it up yet.
One of the very first ones that we have.
All right. Well, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit and actually get to them talking about the stuff in the cash shop. So we're gonna skip ahead about 10 minutes.
Wait, your notes here says you cut off a minute on either side of the stupid lizard thing?
Oh, we're not there yet. Hold on. Don't spoil it. Don't read my notes.
Don't put them on the outline.
Don't read the outline. You've never done that before.
I always read the outline.
Only when it's stuff you wrote.
I write the outline.
Not this part.
Well, usually. I'm just saying I look at the outline, okay?
Stop reading the outline.
All right.
All right. Let's get talking about some of the cash shop stuff.
The closest that we have, and I would hope that they would look at this, would be looking at the Komodo dragons, how they move.
Mm-hmm. That would work.
Now,
we're talking about the lizard mount, by the way. The one that looks like the one from Star Wars.
Why are we still talking about the lizard mount?
Oh, we skipped ahead about 10 minutes.
They're no longer talking about the origin of the lizard mount, but now they're talking about the mount within the game itself, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Holy God.
After you have the context that looks like this thing from Star Wars Episode 3 when Obi-Wan is trying to escape from Order 66.
Holy fuck, I get it. I know what the fuck they're talking about.
But what's the sound
Can
it
we
makes
move
again?
on? Can we move on? Please? Please.
That's the sound it makes.
Jesus.
Okay, well, we moved on, and now we're talking about what they want the mount to move like.
Komodo dragon, while not only is poisonous, but not big enough for a person to ride, you'd have to scale it up, but you could watch the way they move to get a good animation for this.
I hate you so much.
That was too much.
I hate you. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? This is like it's a personal affront to me. Like, are you pissed that the show is ending and you have to I feel like my arm's being twisted right now. Like, what the fuck?
We're talking about
You have the ability.
Creation.
You have the ability to move us past any conversation about goddamn lizard mounts.
Hey,
that's all I don't. I don't care about anything else in this episode. I just don't want to listen to any more about lizard mounts.
I'll have you know, I skipped ahead 10 minutes for you, and now you're gonna listen to the fucking physiology of lizards right now.
Profit Snacks, thank you for catching us at work. We'll hit you guys up in YouTube later.
What?
He was reading someone from the chat.
Someone in the chat said hi.
Blizzard. Oh my goodness, Snack Pack. Thank you for that one. Love it. Anyway, what were you saying, Alpha?
Yeah, I was saying they do have a very distinct movement, Komodo dragon.
Oh, wait. Arjun Esper in our chat room says, at limit broke radio cost of living. No context for the comment, by the way. Just saying. And then
local is low language. That doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay.
Or you can kind of see them shuffle from side to side. Whereas geckos kind of go like, I got to take my hand off the keyboard.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
There's definitely a movement for the larger.
No, this is what's happening is that because they're a weekly podcast about something that's not out yet, they have to talk about how a mount is going to move.
No. Nika, I'm not letting him off. I'm not letting him off that easy.
Just so you know, this podcast is 2 hours long.
I understand the need that if they're trying to do a weekly podcast to have to go in depth about mounts, right? But when you say, hey, I think this should look like the Komodo dragons move, that's it. That's all you have to say. If someone
what about the gecko?
If someone really wants context for how a Komodo dragon moves, they can go look it up. You don't then have to go into a longer tirade about how Komodo dragons move and how it's different from fucking geckos. First of all, who the fuck has that kind of context just in their brain? You fucking nerd.
Sounds like someone doesn't know how to do their research before a show. They knew they were going to talk about lizard mounts in this. I applaud you, Alpha Soul.
An extent have it too, but the thing with crocodiles is
crocodiles now.
Whenever you start a sentence off with the thing about crocodiles is, maybe just stop recording at that point.
This isn't real.
Unless your last name is Irwin, just like turn the recorder off and walk away. What the fuck?
Do they actually go like from species to species to species and talk about it?
How many other lizards are we going to hear about?
They talk about a few more, but I am a benevolent god.
No, you are actually kidding. Please.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit past the lizard talk. We're 17.
How much more? Time wise? How many more minutes are left in lizard talk?
They spend about a total of like 8, maybe a little bit more, talking about lizard and lizard physiology.
So they spend more time talking about lizard physiology than what the Daring Reporter should have spent recapping the other Hearthstone shows.
And just to recap, this is a rant about the shop. The cash shop for Ashes of Creation.
No. This is now a conversation.
Oh, we're now past that?
That was 10 minutes ago.
Okay. I thought this was all part of the same rant.
No, that was 10 minutes ago.
Now it's an in-depth discussion of the individual.
About the specifically the lizard mount.
And how it moves.
And how it should move, because we don't know how it moves yet, because it's a pre-order. Right. So, but let's listen up in about more of the cash shop things besides just the lizard mount. So.
Oh, thank God.
Take it away, Ashes.
So, which was beautiful.
That's true.
Red guard culture. All right, moving on.
All right.
Item on the list. And again, we don't go over the price points on all of these.
Why? Why not? Why don't we go over the price points? You don't want to talk about how much these fucking things cost?
That probably should.
That seems like something that you could actually have an actual discussion about. Yeah. Actual criticism. Something that people might actually want to know.
Yeah.
Well, why would you criticize?
This game is changing a dying genre of game.
Yeah, right. With 75, 150, 250, and $375 pre-order purchase packs.
What comes in a $75 pre-purchase pack?
Well, I'm going to have to go to the details. You get access to Beta 2, 2 months of the game, valued at $30, $25 in Embers, which is the in-game marketplace, and Kyber's Jewel. I think that's Kyber. I can't tell.
That's actually a Mount Barding.
And that's for $75.
Okay, all right. So it
you actually get 2 months of the game plus beta.
You get game time, which I thought that Ashes was supposed to be once you purchase the game, that's it. You get to play the game.
Right.
There's no monthly. May that have been changed at some point?
I think it's free to download, but then you pay to log in.
Pay monthly. I don't. When we had talked to them, I don't think that they had figured out what their.
Okay. That being said, if these pre-purchase packs include other things than just cosmetics, I'm a bit more lenient towards it. But still,
it's hard to give that much money for a pre-order of a game that's not out yet and you don't know if you'll like it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's
100%.
Totally valid. All right, we'll break.
Like if the game comes out and all of a sudden like everyone in the world is playing it, then sure, make a $300 frickin' cash shop pack. But before the game's out is a little.
Oh, okay. King of Ravens, free game, sub to play, cash shop. All right.
There you go.
That's not terrible.
It isn't.
That's not terrible. I mean, it's not like FF14 where they're like.
Did it say you got access to a beta in there, or is that just?
It did say beta as well.
Beta 2, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not quite as bad as FF14. I feel like FF14's is even more predatory than that, where it's like pay up front for the game, then pay monthly, and there's a cash shop.
But they find so many reasons to give away the base download nowadays. That
yeah, now they do, but I mean, like, it doesn't change the fact that we each laid down $60 to, buy 2.0 and then $40 to buy all the expansions.
True.
So.
Why would you remind me of that?
You know what I mean? Like, we all bought that shit. We spent that money.
We did.
Yeah. So, All right.
Curiosity, what's in the $300 one?
I mean, do we want to skip ahead that far, or do we want to hear what their thoughts on it
okay,
are?
yeah. You're right. This is about them. Not Ashes. This is about them.
I'm going to go from least expensive to most expensive. So if you were going to buy these ad hoc, one.
Okay, well, real quick, I believe that if you actually already have access to the beta or alpha, that you can buy these things piecemeal. But if you don't have access, then you have to buy the pack. Because when I tried to find it on the website, I couldn't find just buying them piecemeal like they're talking about.
Okay.
Just forewarning.
Got it.
At a time, piecemeal, if you will. It's the $5 for the Kyber's Jewel, $15 for the Dune Wing, $20 for the Scale Caller, and these next three we are going to show you are $25 a piece. Of course, they are all part of the different pre-order packs as well. If you haven't picked up a pack yet, you can check that out over at ashesofcreation.com/shop. All right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is that unless you have... Yeah, because, I mean, the $250 one has access to Alpha 2 and Beta 1. So the more you pay, it's sort of like... It's sort of like if you
getting to play it earlier.
No. It's sort of like if you missed out on crowdfunding it. Here's your way to be able to get in. Which I think it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, the price point is still fucked almighty for that. I
mean, they already have 3 $25 mounts that you can buy.
Guys. You shattered records for your game. You brought in more money than you thought you needed. Why are you still... Talk about the podcast.
It does feel... It feels greedy. It feels greedy.
Feels very greedy.
All right, go on.
Next up is the Stables of the Oasis. All right, so that's there on the screen right now. It's North African.
The
best way I could...
What are they talking about?
I believe that you can have stables on your house or colony or whatever, and you're buying different skins to put on the stables. So this one is North African themey looking.
Is that okay? Is that what I'm seeing here under the $350?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks
that.
Like
yeah.
Does it look North African?
It looks like a stable, and it kind of looks North African.
Well, there you go. That's what he's talking about.
You've also got this kind of camel caravan mount.
Yeah, that's a caravan you can buy.
We haven't gotten there yet.
No, we haven't gotten there.
Okay, so we're on this. We're on the stables then.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
We're on the same page here.
Yeah.
Is it a I mean, it feels like he's implying that there's a problem that it's North African.
He seems surprised.
You are a bigot.
But also, I feel like for those people who are listening to it in their car and can't see what's on the screen, they're not doing a very good job of describing exactly what it is.
Yeah,
so
it's very...
here's a thing that's North African. It's for your house or stable. I just don't feel like I have much context. Granted, after 60 episodes, you're probably only got your same base listener, but all the time with LBR, we have new people that check it out, and maybe they're like, "Oh, this game's still in alpha. I want to check it out. Let me check out this podcast to see if I want to pick it up or not." And I have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, here's the thing though, is that most podcasts that are done these days, especially ones that are done over Twitch, are done sort of with the visual in mind. They know that
people are watching them talk about
it. They're banking on people either coming for the live stream or watching on YouTube or whatever. Most people don't go to proper lengths to describe things because they don't ever really...
It's obvious. It's right there in front of you.
They don't ever really think about how it comes off in an audio only format, and that's always something that's really frustrating to me. Because if I listen to podcasts, I listen when I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
And a lot of people tell us that, when we used to get emails all the time, every other email was "Oh, thanks, I've got a long commute to listen to while I drive," or "Hey, I'm a truck driver and I listen to while I,"
Yeah.
It's so many people listen to podcasts while they're driving, so you need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's North African inspired. It's beautiful, and I love it.
Okay, well,
did you buy this one? Which ones did you not get, Alpha Soul?
This is the other one that I did not get.
Is there a reason you didn't get this?
Yeah, but we can't talk about it.
Because it's just, I like the style, but it's just not what I would ever envision having, as part of my freehold or house, basically.
Sure. I see Happy Hands.
That sounds a little racist.
I didn't get it
Look
because
at that, the race car.
I didn't get it because it was $375 fucking dollars.
Yeah, why don't you just say that? Like, that's an easier excuse than having to like tap dance around the fact that like you don't like the style or whatever. Just be like, it's $375 fucking dollars. Are you out of your mind?
Well, this would have been like $5 or $10 for them because they're already in the alpha.
Because they can do it piecemeal, right?
But even still, like, it's still money for something you don't even actually have because you're not in the beta. Game's not up.
The mouth to run like a gecko. See this guy?
Oh my god.
Don't know what his issue is. Storms, what about you?
Honestly, I was not really interested in these, except possibly the pet. But to me, this is not typically what I would play with. Usually, I end up on going the European side. So that's just what I do, right?
Sure.
They're nice. I like them. I'm not as impressed as I was about the space turtle, but I do like them. They're pretty good. I do like the lizard and the pet, but to me, I'm gonna pass on these ones.
Indy 1964 said Moorish, and that was the word I was looking for. The Moors, the Northern European, the North African. What?
All right, so that's going to continue on for about 20 more minutes.
What? Are you shitting me?
Why?
20 more minutes?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually prefer them discussing the anatomy of lizards
shit.
to this. Yeah.
See, now you understand.
Wow.
Hashtag context matters.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. All right. What's next then?
So I'm just gonna quiz you on like what game do you think they're playing or talking about right here?
I mean, it should be Ashes of Creation, right? It's a Ashes of Creation podcast.
That's not our final answer.
I'm just saying, like, logically you would think. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's only about as fair as like people expecting to hear us talk about FF14 when they tune into this show.
But we often talk about other games, right? We do.
I mean, every once in a while, yeah, but usually it's in a direct comparison.
More often than not, as of recently.
Yeah, well.
So let's listen.
I don't know that that's entirely our fault, but sure.
Let's listen in.
I see Free Spirit. Like, I thought Arena was something different from BR2. And again, this is something in my head, seeing that we're all Alpha 1 testers. All right?
Humble brag.
Because we're all Alpha 1 testers, I was expecting something new. A lot of people who aren't Alpha 1 testers haven't seen that, though. I had to get that through my head, thinking that we.
Okay, so are they are talking about Ashes of Creation
still?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Keep listening.
It for almost a month now. At least Alpha and I have been testing it for almost a month now. That there's probably a lot of people who haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really great addition. Can I just tell you guys something?
Mm-hmm.
If that was the only thing that you had to add to a fucking discussion,
you'd kill us.
I'd throttle you here in this room.
Fired.
Fucking like, how useless of a podcaster are you if the only thing that you have to say to someone talking for like 3 minutes and then having like a 45-second pregnant pause in there too is
yeah.
Just quit.
Yep.
Just quit.
Yeah. Same. Agreed.
How long are you guys going to do this
their lead
shit?
discussion guy is not so bad. I just feel like their special guest has barely said anything, and the other guy is super quiet.
I forgot about the special guest. I forgot that he was a part of this.
I think he just left.
Oh, he's coming.
That's what I did.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Anyway, we're still in that clip.
Oh God.
Anything else on Alpha 1 progress so far before we move to the next topic? I want to make sure we keep moving, but I want to make sure everyone's had an opportunity.
Have you been thinking of that the entire show? Because, like, the 20 minutes of faffing about the,
No, we got to keep moving, guys. We got to keep moving.
North African themes and Moorish, and I don't know where you were going on that one, but, I mean...
He likes white people.
I'm just saying, like, move the fucking show along. Like, not just when you remember to.
Look, Nero, he's trying to, but if somebody else has something that they want to say, he needs to give him a chance to say it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
Edit your fucking show, please.
Wow.
Edit your goddamn show.
Okay, at least even if there are pauses in the live show, just edit out the pauses and no one would edit.
Oh my god, right? Like,
but this is the Dungeon Crawler Network. He's got a lot of shows he has to do. He can't edit them all.
Nobody wants to say anything? I guess I'll just go die then.
I've got a lot of shows that I produce every day now.
Yeah, that's your job, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
God damn it. I fucking hate you.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good. We're good. Yep.
I'm really excited for the Castle and Horde modes coming out.
Okay, apparently the timestamp was wrong, but
okay,
they spent about 5 minutes complaining that the arena mode was actually the battle royale mode that they were playing earlier in Ashes of Creation, and it was just called a different thing. But yeah, Ashes of Creation has a battle royale mode.
Yeah, we knew that. Where you attack the castle, and you can do different things like operate siege weapons, or fight on the ground, or like try to sneak attack around behind. I remember that.
Yeah, it seems legit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roast them for copying into the battle royale genre because they're doing it quite differently. Plus, we're roasting the podcast, not the game.
Fair enough. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Emmerich, I'm going to jump to you on this one next because you and I both,
a special guest,
participated in the Searing Plague event fairly heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even do it as much as some people did. Some people were religious about it every 4 hours. But, you know, another thing about
oh my god.
He's using a sensitivity that keeps cutting out when his voice goes down. That's bad.
I already want to murder this guest. Thank God he hasn't been talking this entire time.
He has been, but this is the point where it got so unbearable that I had to make a note of it.
did not or had not bought a pack for the game yet.
Whoa!
Are you fucking kidding?
Okay, like at what point do they say, all right, Emmerich, I'm gonna need you to fix your mic because we can't hear you.
Excuse me, you can't say that to a special guest.
Yes, you can.
He is of the fate of hands.
And then you drop him if he can't.
At that point, he's just using a push to talk in which he never takes his finger off.
There you go. Wow, Nika with a good idea.
Individual
sensitivity is shit.
People who had packs could then
dude switch to push to talk. Oh my fucking god!
$45 starter pack.
Have you ever been? Hang on. Have you ever been in raid with one of these motherfuckers? Like, have you ever been in a party or in a Discord chat with one of these dumb motherfuckers like Kahlo who doesn't know where to set their mic sensitivity?
Fuck you. My mic sensitivity is perfect.
I'm like half the time.
When was the last time that happened?
God, I don't know. It's been a while.
Thank you.
Because you've been under my tutelage
Probably since I got the blue
audiomancy.
Yeti. Probably since I got the blue Yeti. See, I really have to give it to Strife and them, because if someone fucks up in Discord, you get like one warning to like fix it or you're out.
Really?
Yeah, like if someone coughs, they're like, put that on push to talk. If I hear it again, you're done. God.
I actually really like that.
But I'm your off tank. I don't give a shit. He's not that bad, but hashtag toxic.
I love it.
So to me, it was a genius move for Chronicles, who has a smaller player base than Ashes does, right? To really grow their player base from it. I know.
Oh my god! Are you doing this on purpose?
I'm
now?
sorry.
I'll skip ahead. I was gonna say, we have the idea. Yeah, you can skip ahead now. We've got all the jokes out.
Fuck's sake!
You don't want to listen more of them?
No!
Oh, okay. All right, so this next clip highlights one of my personal pet peeves, but I think you'll catch on quite quickly as to what it is. I'm sure it's one of yours as well, Nero.
Developers in the building, so people couldn't find them.
Sounds like some management techniques I need to start employing just to make sure my guys don't get pulled away.
Nobody wants your guys, I promise.
Decided to be. Oh, I see. All right, cool.
I'm sorry, what was that? Did I just stroke out? I'm trying to order a Postmates order, and I still like that was like.
Why don't you get some hot food from the Thai restaurant?
Oh God, no. You don't want to know about my diarrhea all weekend.
Oh, okay.
It has been horrific.
Too late, now we know.
Horrific.
Okay. So did he just pull back away from the mic or something, or what really happened? Oh! Thank you, the cuck of Lucio.
I'm like, I didn't hit that.
No, it's a drop. Yeah. we, for different bits levels, now we're doing drops on the show. It's mostly for Checkpoint. We didn't bother explaining it for Limit Break Radio because we didn't think anyone would be that jealous. But thank you, the cuck of Lucio.
He also subscribed at tier 3 for us.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn awesome.
When he first came in here, I thought he was going to be a troll with a name like the cuck of Lucio. But cool.
I mean, to be honest, I assume he is, but
I guess that's possible too. Sure.
How can you troll and give us money at the same time?
I don't know.
There are plenty of those people that try to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Oh, no.
Not me.
Nope. All good.
I don't know what happened.
I think, Emmerich, your camera just died. That's all.
Definitely don't edit this out. Definitely put this onto the main show.
This is definitely required to be on the show for sure.
This is not my pet peeve yet, though.
Yeah. All good. I'll just adjust
All right.
that. If you can get it working, great. If not, then...
Why don't you have somebody rant about lizard physiology while you fix this?
Cat.
His picture kind of looks like Revan.
Is that what we're looking at? Nice. Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
We're back.
Now we can start.
Yes, Cam. The cat walks across and does every show. Like, I know we have 4 co-hosts here, but she's like the unofficial 5th co-host because she's always on every show. She'll make appearances randomly throughout every single show.
Yes, that's how cats work.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go.
right.
4 co-hosts. Wait a sec.
So is that your pet peeve?
Having your pets on camera, yes, during a podcast. Get it?
I fucking hate you.
So that wasn't actually about an actual
So
pet peeve.
much.
You just wanted to make a pun.
Yes. Do you not? Is that not implicit by the stupid look on his fucking face? You dildo. Oh.
I'm not going to miss you.
I hate you as much as I hate this show right now.
I just want you to know I am not going to miss you at all.
Oh, that means so much to me.
I can't wait to hire you on as an intern and abuse you all over again.
All right, let's get back to the show though. It's more important.
Oh, please!
But an event happening in one part of the world, and if people could get there to do the event, if it's spontaneous, then maybe that would be an issue I could see. But like you already mentioned, the whole game is developed around missing, or the potential of missing.
Holy shit!
Wait,
why don't they stop this?
The main point he's trying to make was just completely cut out. The whole game is centered around.
It's actually kind of ironic that he's talking about the idea that people can miss out on certain things and never know they existed, like what he's trying to say.
Thank you. I was hoping someone would catch up on that.
This is infuriating.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead.
Thank you.
Did they not mic check before they started?
No, obviously they didn't.
Did you not hear the opening, Nika?
No, they could have done something off.
No, literally the opening where he throws it to the other guy and he's just not there.
He's not there.
Yeah, I could tell from the beginning who the fucking problem child was going to be.
Good point.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Emmerich?
Yes, Emmerich.
Okay, yeah, Emmerich.
The redheaded stepchild.
A lot of people were playing it. If Ashes of Creation would actually stream their GM-led events, I think that'd be kind of neat in a way that people could experience it. Even if they didn't, I'm sure somebody would. And here's the cat, just so everyone can see her. Say hello.
Fucking no!
Why are we back to the cat?
Cat walked on screen again.
Fucking hell.
Wait, is this game so expansive that if there's an event going on in another part of the world, you can actually miss it?
Yes.
Actually, well, they're talking about the potential of having GM-led events that something you could possibly
But like,
miss.
there's not like developer blogs or patch notes like we have that say where the events are and how to find them.
No, why would you?
Yeah,
why would you
Nika, the idea is that in each area or node, depending on the type of gameplay that's being done there, crafting, battling, killing orcs, blah 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 blah, whatever, that node evolves in a different way that other ones do. So yes, the whole
it's
idea.
like a spontaneous event.
Yeah.
It's not like here's the Halloween event, but you fuckers don't get it.
It's just, I mean, that's the whole point of the game, though, right?
It
is that you can miss this stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
That different servers can be completely different worlds.
Guys,
okay.
I would like to hear more about the cat.
No.
How much more about the cat is there?
That's where she's going to This is how the Falcon will actually sit, just so you know.
Well, I don't, because I'm listening to me on a podcast.
Yeah, she's... What are you doing back there?
So
what are you doing?
From their perspective.
I don't even... It doesn't have to be from their perspective.
Aren't you glad we know there's a cat in the show?
He's ignoring you.
I mean, to be fair, you guys have your cats as your Twitch emotes, so I mean...
Okay, but here's the difference. If you're just doing a stream and the cat comes up, people, you interact with your stream. That's the thing where they want spontaneous things to happen. This is the podcast that they're doing, and people will be listening to later to go, oh, here she is. See?
Yeah, if my cat if my cat came anywhere near the fucking studio while we were recording, I would chase him away.
Yep, I lock my cat outside when I'm recording.
But how will the stream know you have your podcast listeners know you have a cat?
Press play.
A bridge or something like that. So we put in a GM ticket. The GM actually came into the world and reset the mob for us, which was cool, and they hung around to watch us fight. It was pretty neat.
GMs do.
We killed it, and it was great. And it was funny. What became funny was because she was a female elf character and I was a male character. My girlfriend was there.
Someone
as
call
well.
HR. Someone call HR.
The GM asked, like, so are you guys together? And we're like, yeah, we're a couple playing together. And they're like, oh, but you're cute. Get away from her. So she was doing GM events to me, like putting flower petals on me, and then turned my wife into like the Diablo character, or my girlfriend into the Diablo character. I was just like, she's like, are you kidding me? Like, and turned her into a frog, like kept polymorphing her and like putting flowers next to me, standing next to me. And she's like, yeah, he's mine now.
I'm waiting for the funny part.
You're listening to it.
Trying to figure out, like, again, this is about the game, I guess, and not the podcast, but like, what the hell? So the GMs are interactive characters, but they're also like sexual predators.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I feel like as a GM,
someone definitely needs to call HR.
If you're the kind of GM that's supposed to interact with the players, I feel like there's some level of like professional standard you're supposed to uphold. That's all be like, hey, you're a couple in real life, let me just say how ugly you are and turn your girlfriend into a frog so that I can take you away. Like, guys, that to me does not seem like an appropriate level professional standard that a GM
what you're really not thinking about is that 9 out of 10 that GM was a dude.
That's a dude. Definitely.
Oh, probably. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if that is what is intended from the people who created this game, that GMs are allowed to interact with their players in that way.
Like
I would be very uncomfortable
if I file a GM ticket to get a mob reset and they're suddenly like, I want to face fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, is that just a normal accepted part of GM
and they started,
life?
like, throwing GM emotes on them, like flower petals, like things that only GMs can do. And I just feel like that's such an abuse of power in order to make somebody very uncomfortable. And I just don't feel like I would be pissed. I'd be so uncomfortable. I don't know. That seems, every node has a GM ruler, but do they really not like vet their GMs, or are they just like, I don't know. That's a little shady to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's what is that? The first rights. The GMs have first rights with all characters.
Oh no! Oh, why?
I am a gorgeous girl with big cans.
All right.
But that same event, that same idea of being able to favor one group over another is why I think some people in the community don't like GM events. Do you think that's a problem? Or not a problem, that's a problem, but do you think within Ashes that will be a problem, and how could they combat that if they decided to do live events?
And it's going to be a problem in any game.
Yeah.
The human side is always something that needs to be a factor.
Yeah.
So much silence.
Yeah, even Immortal, which game I played probably the most of, we had GM because like it was buggy, kind of like so we could fix stuff like that.
I'm like genuinely interested in what he has to say, which makes this even worse.
There's always accusations that different were favoring one group over another.
Oh my God.
I don't think it was ever proved in either case, but it does kind of breed some hostility there. Even if it's not.
Who fucking cares? Who gives a shit? Like, honestly, okay, all right. Let's talk about this. Okay,
Ethics of GMs in GM-led events is actually a really nice, discussion they can have. But I feel like they're afraid to criticize the game.
Right, but I mean, like honestly, I think that this is something that MMOs need to do more of. Right, like if your GMs are simply nothing but customer service agents, like I think that that's kind of a bummer. I think Intrepid saying, okay, your GMs are going to be something akin to like miniature rulers of different sections of the map, like barons of different sections of the map. I think that that's kind of cool. And, like I remember back to the days of like Ultima Online, where you had Lord British, who was actually Richard Garriott's character, who would come on and give addresses to different servers. Well, there was one time where someone was able to sneak past the barrier that didn't let you proceed and was able to go around and kill him. And I mean, like, I think that that's a epic, dynamic online environment that I would want to play in.
But what happens if they start to favor other people?
Who gives a shit? Let them favor people.
It's not fair.
Who gives a shit if it's fair?
Fairness needs to be. I hate you.
I mean, but a pure meritocracy doesn't work anyway, because at some point, the value of that either, like either you play to experience it or you pay money to experience it.
Well,
right?
what I find absolutely hilarious about this whole thing is they just got done talking about the idea that it's really cool if you have these events that you could potentially miss out. The entire game is predicated on that idea that my adventure, that my experience will be completely different from yours.
Right.
But heaven forbid if we both make it to this event that somebody should be treated differently.
But again, I mean, like, I think that there's this like subconscious fear that if you program something into your MMO where other players miss out on it, that somehow that will frustrate them to the point where they will quit. And maybe that is a factor for some people, but I don't think
this is an MMO that was kind of saying that was the point.
Yeah, exactly. So at least that's what I thought.
If you miss out on one thing, you're going to get something that the other person didn't get.
Right.
And eventually it'll make for a real moving world, which is the whole point of this MMO.
Right. And to have GMs that actually genuinely interact with the game world in some capacity, I think is cool. Whether or not, it's sort of like having cops. Do cops treat different people differently? Absolutely.
Yes.
They do.
I don't really think so.
They absolutely do. They have discretion.
Right. It's should they? No, but do they? Yes.
Exactly. Women get treated differently from men at traffic stops. That's just the fact of life. So, having discretion in your GMs to hand out things that are cosmetic or to do a special emote or be able to change someone, to transmog them for a minute or something. Not that big of a fucking deal.
No, it's actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
But still call HR.
All right. So that's the majority of the show. So you want to listen to the last couple minutes of the outro?
It's the ending, which is easily the best part about this podcast.
Sure.
So absolutely.
All right, so we're an hour and 14 minutes in. So let's
wait.
listen.
You said this is a 2-hour show.
I know, I lied. That was it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, I thought he was about to be like, yeah, the outro's 40 minutes long.
These types of games, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I want to say thank you to the chat room. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being out here and for being so active in chat. We had a little over 100 people in here this week. Again,
More
you
than
guys
we
are
had.
fantastic.
More than we got.
Thank you so much for coming out on these shows. I know we just started doing them live. We probably should have started
because
doing
we're a
them
failing
live
podcast.
before, because our reception has been amazing, and we really appreciate each and every one of you for coming out to these shows. Yeah, it's fantastic. I couldn't be more happy with the community who shows out to support as well as interact with us. It's great. All right, let's go ahead and let everyone know where people can find you. Let us start with Emmerich first and foremost. Where can people find you, buddy?
I don't know.
In the Dungeon Crawler Discord.
There you go.
Hey, that's the one clear thing that he said the entire show.
But also, what makes him a special guest? He's just someone from the Discord. Okay, got it.
Well, you see, he's Emmerich of Hands of Fate. He's from the guild Hands of Fate.
Did they ever say that?
Oh, it should be implied because he's of Hands of Fate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure.
To be, there is a link to the description of that. You don't have to be part of our guild to be part of the Discord. We are a community Discord as well. We talk about games and we have a lot of fun, and we do encourage people to hop in and chat with us. Keep the conversation going. Alpha Soul, where can people find you?
Yeah, same place for me. You can find me in the Dungeon Crawler Discord amongst the various.
Why don't you save time and just be like, you can find all of us in the Dungeon Crawler Discord? Just cut all of that out. Like, but if you're all centrally located.
Well, I mean, maybe we're all centrally, but wait, what if we're not? We should go through everyone to make sure.
Hold on. Remember, this is episode 64, so they probably do this at the end of every
63.
episode. Whatever. They probably do this at the end of every episode, and yet they all still sound like they're doing it for the first time.
Or maybe the Discord has just been created.
Could be.
It's not.
You can actually also find me in the official Ashes of Creation Discord, and finally on YouTube, where I have a channel there, YouTube.com/DRACDOC.
There you go. And Swallow Liar, thank you for the Twitch sub, mate. Much appreciated. Stormzord, where can people follow you?
So you can find me at Twitter.com. You can find me in the Dungeon Crawler Network Discord.
Twitter.com/what?
DigitalPepperStudios.com, and working on all of our new games and our old ones.
Come on, guys, promote properly.
Just on the
This
Twitter.
is something you guys could have scripted.
Just Twitter.com.
I'm on the Twitter.
I'm on the Twitter.
Hold on, I'm going to see if he's Stormlords, because that's the only thing we have to go by.
Storms.
Yes, I spelt it right.
With a Z.
I spelt it right.
He's edgy.
Storms.
All right, there is a Storms Lord on Twitter. And it
Does
looks
say
like
he plays Ashes of Creation.
let's see. He likes Doctor Who, Star Trek, ESO. He's a game designer, so probably IT program manager.
Yeah, this sounds fairly likely.
He has 32 followers.
Yeah, it sounds really likely.
Ooh, nice.
Burn.
Damn.
And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Agelos, AGGELOS_DCN. And of course, both on the official Ashes of Creation Discord and our own. Discord tag is Agelos.
But what Discord are you from?
Dear heaven. 7
We'll never know.
7141, I think. Oh, I should have looked that up before I said anything.
Yeah, you
but
should
anyway, find me there, because that's where you can go. And of course, if you're interested in joining myself and all these awesome people that we have
No
on
one
stream
is.
tonight, of course, you could check out our guild Hands of Fate.
I only
the
like
Ashes
listening
of
to him. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He has enough energy in his voice that when he starts talking, I listen closer.
Hold on,
did I
guys.
mention that Hands
Did
of
you guys
Fate-
see that? Is everyone's guild. They're all part of Hands of Fate. They're
yeah.
technically all of Hands of Fate.
So what makes this asshole a special guest?
I figured he was like from another podcast or something.
Nope. He's just another
probably
dude from
just
the guild.
a guest. He's probably just another guildmate that's never been on the show before, so
Okay,
they call him
but
a special
this,
guest.
all right, this would be the equivalent of us being like, all right, Lloyd comes on, right? And we're like, now everyone welcome Lloyd of the Limit Break Radio Link Shell.
Special guest.
The fuck? Seriously.
It's a little cringy, I'm not gonna lie.
It's super
They
cringy.
could have announced him different. Be like, yeah, we're trying to get more community members in from our guild. So here today we've got, guild member, blah, blah, blah. Like, try to,
welcome King of Ravens of the Limit Break Radio Link Shell, everyone.
chapter of the Dungeon Crawler Network. We are a gaming community forged by the listeners of our gaming podcast. We are a PvX guild based on the North American data center, server to come once we know what the servers actually are. But we have players from all over the world. We work to schedule events for each region's prime time. So we have an event.
What's wrong, buddy?
This is terrible.
What's wrong?
This is supposed to be an outro.
They're outroing. They gotta say everything.
No, end it.
Here's another pro tip. When you're into the boring stuff, put music behind it, and then people will at least not. They'll have something. Yeah, they'll have something else to listen to than you.
Officers who will be running stuff at all hours of the day. So if you are an EU or Oceanic resident but have enjoyed playing with us in the past, or maybe this will be your first time, we encourage you to check us out. Our guild's focus is, of course, on progression rating, small-scale PvE, crafting, gathering.
How can you even say that? How can you say that? No. Listen.
That's their focus.
Listen, okay.
Do they even know what kind of rating is going to be in this game?
When this is like the downfall of making a product for a game that's not even out yet. And I know because I helped make 8th Right Radio before FF14 was out.
Were you a weekly podcast?
I think we were trying to be monthly.
Yeah, I think it was monthly.
Yeah.
I feel like
I was on episode 4 of that, and it was not right away.
Weekly is insane. That's and this show is weekly, you said.
Yes, they've been doing
fucking crazy.
17
episodes,
months.
that's over a year.
Oh. That's fucking crazy.
63 episodes weekly.
Wow.
That blows my fucking mind.
Kudos to you guys for somehow doing that.
No.
And then having 100 people watching live.
Juxta was right at the beginning of this. This is a cult.
It might be.
Ain't that right?
Nika, you know something about being in a cult?
I would.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The FF14 cult.
Get out of here.
That was kind of a reach.
Hey, Emmerich, we get to smash some people and community growth, of course. There you go. Follow that. You can follow everything that we do over
everything.
Okay, flubs happen.
Everything.
But that was a funny one.
That's a good one.
There you can find links to all of our social media, including Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Be sure to check out our Patreon program at patreon.com/Dungeon Crawler Network if you want to help support the show. You can also support us by leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes it matters.
Are you though?
That was pretty clever. That was
scripted
pretty clever.
and it wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad.
To get a couple 5-star iTunes reviews, but this is the end of the show. I'll save them till next week. But thank you so much for those of you who've actually left us reviews. We're nearing 50 iTunes reviews in just a little over a year, which is pretty good, especially for a game that's not even out
this
yet.
part doesn't matter.
No. Like,
you're gonna fall asleep again, aren't you?
The music, bro. The music. Okay.
It's not enticing.
No. You want good hype up music. You want music that someone is gonna like. You know what I mean? Like you want music that is gonna hype people up, get them excited. This sounds like you're reading a eulogy at a funeral. Wow. All right, go ahead.
Something more like this.
Techno beat.
Yeah.
Corn dog.
I mean, this could work.
Corn dog.
Welcome to the Dungeon Crawler Network.
Thank you for listening. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Venus Pop.
And what?
Venus Box.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode
Sounds like a
of From
lullaby.
the Ashes, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
It's pretty, but it's not a podcast song.
Get the woman in your life the thing that she desires the most.
Life insurance.
Your dick in a box.
Zales. For all of the most important moments in life.
Every kiss begins with Zales.
Does this go on for 4 minutes?
We still got another minute and a half of this. I'm getting pumped up now. Ooh, I can't wait to create some ashes.
You know what I'm gonna do after this show wraps up is I'm gonna make my own ashes. If you know what I mean. 420, smoke weed every day.
Blaze it.
Lit fire emoji, 100 emoji.
100.
Okay, you can cut this
Come
now.
celebrate the Chevrolet Chevy sales. You know what I mean? Like,
seriously, what the hell?
It's like your baby's first moments. They're precious.
rated
It's getting louder.
Rated #1 by Car and Trunk Monthly. JB Power and Associates gives it 5 stars.
Ask your doctor about Allegra today.
Oh my God! No!
What the fuck? Why?
Oh my God.
This, if you were gonna dedicate this much music, you should have had this at least playing behind your house.
Seriously.
Like-
Seriously.
You're gonna cause accidents, man.
Only the best moments in life deserve Kodak. What the fuck?
Finn.
Are you sure it doesn't come back for another swell? Jesus, stop.
That was something.
Well, that was a thing.
I
you know,
wanna say it
Ashes
I'm
of
sorry,
Creation.
I thought it was garbage.
Ashes of Creation may blaze a whole new path in the MMO genre. That has yet to be seen, but I don't think that podcast is burning any new paths at all.
To be okay, I'm gonna be a little bit nice for a moment. I feel like the lead host has potential. I think that their structure has potential. They just really need to work on their conversational skills.
They need to drop down to once a month so that they have actual shit to talk
weekly,
about.
I think is just too much.
Yeah, I mean,
even every other
okay,
week.
but did you guys hear the part about the lizard from Star Wars?
They're hoping that
what's the sound it makes again?
True story.
Or the North African stables that you can put on your non-existent house.
Or your 3 different mounts you can buy.
See,
for
that's what he should have said
$25.
instead of just being like, I don't envision myself with this type of house. He should have been like, we don't really know how houses and things are going to play out in this game. So I'm just not sure it's worth spending money on at this point in the alpha.
Yeah, especially not $250 on.
Yeah, it would have been a much easier way around what he was trying to say there.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, that's from the Dungeon Crawler Network.
A Jellos.
Yeah, thank you for that submission. Honestly,
this was funny at all.
Honestly, though, I do think that you've got a pretty good start. Most podcasts.
Jellos is by far the best person on that show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, and it kind of bothers me saying they've got a good start 63 episodes in. I feel like if we were still in episode like 5 or something.
Here's what I would say. I mean, first of all, don't let mic problems just go like that. If someone has a really bad mic problem where
you fucking cut them from the show,
it's tough to understand what they're saying. Take the extra time. Your audience will appreciate the extra time. We hardly ever start on time for this show, but that's because everything, like all of our gear, is like duct taped together, and you know what I mean. Like we've got to make sure that shit sounds right before we start. And
that's most often what we're doing is mic checks and working things out. And even still, there was a tech thing earlier in the show that I bet y'all didn't even know.
Yeah. You didn't know,
and we fixed it.
Yeah, because we're pros. We know how to do this.
Because there was my pet peeve. It stepped on the switcher boxer and flipped the knobber, and then there was no
Stop making words. Stop it. Let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Sarian from Balmung. What's going on, Sarian?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. What's happening?
So, let me get this right. You guys are from Michigan, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fellow Michiganians.
Yeah.
I live here.
So,
I got the hell out of Michigan about 7 years ago, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and it's probably fair.
Yeah, it's small, quiet time. Not going much here, but anyways, let me talk about what I wanted to talk about. I'm a quiet listener. I've been downloading your episodes like every Sunday, during work. Gets me through the day. So
awesome.
And I want to say congratulations on your, on your level up.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And so basically, I was listening to last week's episode and just want to elaborate on some things you guys hit it on. As far as what Final Fantasy 14 can do, I'm an old school player. I'm playing since Final Fantasy 11 days, and back when the guild sellers ruled everything, and
yeah,
and I actually miss those times. Like the fact that the gear was so much better. They had stats. I know you and Nero was talking about like Excalibur. They actually had the move called Knights of the Round on it.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. That's what needs to be in Final Fantasy 14. That type of stuff will give it such a huge boom. Like that's what people are looking for. And the problem is, I know Square-Enix is scared of the guild sellers and stuff like that coming back on here and stuff like that, and selling wins and stuff like. But just at least you could make it rare EX. Make that stuff rare EX. Everything has to be rare EX. So that it'd be unique to that job. And that like I myself I did a lot of I want to say I got the Ares armor. I can't remember which fight was it, but I worked my butt off for that, and
it was from Nigel.
That was yeah.
No, that was Was it from Nigel Isles or Ask? Was that?
No.
It was from Salvage. It's from
Salvage. Yeah,
right, Salvage. Yeah, Salvage. Yeah, I got to ask a cores in for my samurai from Nigel. That was pretty fun too. And speaking of that, that's what reminded me I thought it was getting better when they put Deep Dungeon in there because it kind of reminded me of Nigel Isle a little bit, but
Yeah, but I mean, the only reward coming out of there is the fucking weapon, and that's always been my problem with, between both Eureka and Deep Dungeon is like, if the only reward out of here is a goddamn weapon, why am I wasting my time? Especially between the two systems. That's why I was so excited. I was so thrilled for the first phase of Eureka because it had the gear, right? And apparently something in Pyros is supposed to have something to do with gear, maybe. I just don't know anymore. But I think that's a very astute observation that part of the problem that FF14 has is the fact that the gear is not as satisfying to get and collect as it was in something like FF11. And that's a real problem, and I think it goes back to a fundamental design choice from the development team where they've got 50% into developing this game as a social game and 50% into developing it as an MMO. They need to develop it as an MMO and not as a social game. I think once you have 3 or 4 social game aspects into your MMO, you've got most of your bases covered.
You're done.
You don't need to keep adding more social MMO aspects. That's how we get people sitting around and role-playing with random number generators, okay? You don't want that. If you're an MMO designer, that's the last fucking thing that you want.
Okay, but I still need my harmonica for the Bard play emote.
I'm surprised we don't have one yet.
Oh, it's coming, I'm sure.
I'm just saying, like, as an MMO designer, I would be mortified to have my community.
Kotaku.
And like Kotaku's writing articles about how that's what they're doing in their free time.
Like, honestly, I would be ashamed as an MMO developer if that was the state of my goddamn community.
Can we tweet that article out to Koji and see what he says?
I don't know that Koji has a Twitter.
How does he not have a Twitter?
I don't think he does have a Twitter. He may not.
Huh.
But I got something else.
Okay.
Here's the brain fart.
Yes.
You got Final Fantasy 11. That team, you would think, why isn't it some of that team that created the team using some of those ideas, those original ideas, and using it on Final Fantasy 14. I mean, here's my idea why they're not doing it. It's because they're trying to keep the two games separate. They want Final Fantasy 14 to be the way it is, to be social, keep the guilds, they want to keep it completely separate because why? That makes money for both games. That's why Final Fantasy 11 is still has all the hardcore players that could be on Final Fantasy 14. They're trying to keep them separate. So that's why the ideas are.
When 1.0 first launched, it basically was FF11's team. I mean, it was Tanaka and all of those nutso people. And they basically said they did not want this game to be Final Fantasy 11 2. Like, they wanted this to be a different game, and they gave us 1.0, and we saw where that happened. So I do think there is a lot they could learn from 11. I think there are a lot of good points from 11 you could take and put into this game without being a blatant copy that they're ignoring. And I am not entirely sure why they're doing that.
And then there's one last thing I noticed too. There's a feature. Oh yeah, and they also, we always talk about subscribers to Final Fantasy 14. The reason why they're not changing anything is because I remember an article reading that they need, I think, about 255 users to stay profitable.
Yeah, I think it's like 250,000. Yeah.
Yeah, they're well above that. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about 10 million stuff. They're well above that, so they don't have to. They don't have to do anything else. They don't have to do anything. I don't think they have 10 million people, but
they've got like 450,000 people or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, they're not going to move anything. They say, "Oh yeah, we're smooth selling from here now. We don't got to do anything. We got the number. We're still profitable. We don't got to waste any more money on newer things." That's the way they're thinking.
That's fair. I believe that. Syrian, thanks very much for the call. We appreciate it.
No problem. You guys, good luck. Have a good time.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. If someone wants to give us one last call, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Otherwise, I think we're all finished for today.
You'd be pretty set.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Approval.
See how you can't get an entire podcast out of just short statements like that? Becomes impossible.
Yeah.
There you go. A little bit of a learning moment. Teaching moment.
Agreed.
Teachable moment, yes.
Stop it.
Sorry.
I mean, that's more than you normally say on this show.
Right.
But I don't like the fact that you're talking.
You guys didn't have it done. You're supposed to do the 45-second pause before you say mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, guys. That's going to be it for us. Stick around because guess what? Coming up next, we've got a replay of episode 91 of Checkpoint from this week, as well as all of our episodes of Checkpoint Daily. That's going to be right here at our channel, twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. Stick around if you missed this week's episodes and you want to catch it. That'll be coming up next right here at the channel, or head on over to checkpointradio.com. But that's going to do it here for Limit Break Radio. And I think in homage to the Dungeon Crawler Network, we're just not going to have any music and then have a really boring, long outro song. Nah.
Where can they find you, Aniro?
You can find me at Nate Benderama on Twitter.
No, you can find him on Twitter. Ignore the other part.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
You can find me on Twitter as well.
You can find me on the LBR Discord.
Yep.
Okay.
Nika has an Instagram and a Twitter and a Facebook, I think.
It is. By the way, it is officially the Limit Break Radio Discord again.
Yeah, I saw you switch that over.
Yeah. So
kind of sad.
All right, guys, that's going to be it. For my crew, I want to thank Lloyd, who has been hanging out in our chat room. Kookie, of course, our producer. Juxtaposition, Kalo Landis, and Nika Kayani, and I'm Aniro. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Kala Landis, Juxtaposition, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square-Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Nexian Theta, Hirsch Fersch, Talen Vieira, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at Facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at Facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio Switch Stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.